Welcome to the Nano podcast. I'm your host, Will Turnlin, and I'm excited to have you join me on this journey through the world of nano-cap companies. For the past decade, I've talked to thousands of business owners across various industries. It's been an enlightening experience revealing the vast tapestries of entrepreneurship and innovation that thrives beneath the surface of mainstream media coverage. Each week, I will interview different leaders of nano-cap publicly traded companies to learn about their history, what they do now, and their future. As a reminder, none of this information is financial advice, and it is all for entertainment purposes only. Let's start this week's episode. Hi, everyone. This week we have Joaquin Martin, the CEO of Americas and Executive Vice Chairman of Nomadar, stock ticker NOMA. Nomadar's mission is to empower individuals to reach their full sporting and personal potential through innovative use of technology. Joaquin, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I was looking into your background a bit, and most of your kind of younger life you spent trying to become an actor. And so tell me a little bit more about kind of when you're out in LA, you're kind of doing some acting, but then you start to kind of dip your toe in the business world. And what got you into business? What was like the first business that got you out of the acting world where you go, actually, I want to do business moving forward? And tell me a little bit more about that transition because it's super unique.
Yeah. Actually, I think that everything that I have done in my life has been an addition for the moment that I am in right now. I have a degree in philosophy, a degree in acting, and after that, I started in postgraduate studies in MIT, Executive in Innovation, IE in Spain for executive leadership and positive leadership, international trade, innovation, like 4 or 5 different postgraduate studies. Both careers have been in parallel because at the end of the day, acting is communications. You are involved in media, in entertainment, and currently sports has become much broader than only sports. At the end of the day, it's fan engagement, communications, and there are many layers involved. It's a natural evolution and a natural growth. My career as an executive is a 20-year career with the international component always present between US and Europe mainly, and Latin America as well. That triangle, which is very connected with Nomadar. And the areas that I have been is C-level, marketing, communications, chief executive officer. So it's a natural evolution. And in US, both coasts, West Coast and East Coast, connecting always with Europe. So something natural.
Yeah. And so before Nomadar, you were kind of doing executive coaching and consulting for a couple of decades almost there. So during that experience, you got to see a lot of businesses. You got to talk to a lot of executives. You got to see how a lot of businesses run. With your pattern matching abilities, what made it exciting about Nomadar? Since you'd seen so many businesses, you'd seen so many opportunities, why was Nomadar the one you wanted to spend your time on?
Well, in every company that we have founded for the last 25 years, and mainly they have been technology companies with a very strong innovative component to make things different, to bring and to mix new elements with traditional sectors. That has been always something that has attracted me and very passionate. And I have been lucky to act and to work as a coach, both to external of the companies and to be an internal, because at the end of the day, as an executive, you always have that component of help younger, junior people to develop inside the company. So the uniqueness of Nomadar is that combination, and I will tell you more, that combination of this first the sectors, because it's sports and tourism, through technology and real estate with a component of real estate, all that combination of fan engagement. Also, for the last 3 years, we have been both developing the business and at the same time getting ready to become public. It's not the first company that we take public. We already did it in Europe, and we know the demand and the requirements and how demanding is to become a public company. But there is a momentum right now, a very, very exciting moment for the period 26-2030, being a company between US and Europe and Latin America, which is 26 is the World Cup in US, 28 Olympic Games in Los Angeles, and 2030 is the World Cup in Latin America and Spain. So we combine sports with player development program, HPT. We combine tourism experiences, concerts and events. We combine real estate development and all that with the connection to La Liga, which is number one league in the world in terms of sports performance and profitability, through Cadiz Club de Fútbol, which is a 115 years history professional soccer team. Actually, we have been the first professional soccer team in the world listing the activity, which is not the core activity, the first team, but the technology and the international business. So all that is a combination that definitely is like making history is a very big phrase, but to do things in a different way, I think it's appropriate.
No, yeah, you all are doing a lot of cool things. It makes me wonder, how did Nomadar even start? What was the kind of original concept besides kind of pairing technology and sports? Was it, hey, we should get a partnership with Cadiz FC and then use their maybe stadium rights to build a big stadium, and then we're going to add technology on top of it? Or kind of what was the natural progression to get to where it is today?
Totally. And you use the phrase natural progression. Totally. Nomadar is a US entity, and the majority shareholder is Cadiz Club de Fútbol. So it was the innovation arm, it's the channel for the technology and the international business and programs of Cadiz Club de Fútbol to start. So you have the first team activity and you have the side business. And for that, you use that. Why technology? Because it's our background core activity for the last 20, 25 years. We come from tech companies, multinational, advanced materials in advanced sectors, carbon fiber, aerospace and defense, sports, artificial intelligence. So it's what I'm saying. In a natural evolution, you apply all that to more traditional sectors, such as sports. Although technology in sports, they are blowing and blossom for the last 15 years, especially. That is how, and conceptually Nomadar, and you said in the beginning, Nomadar is the fusion of the words nomad and R for artificial, meaning that the last 10,000 years, we have been sedentary people. But for the previous 3 million, we were nomads. So when we became sedentary, we lost activity, we lost physical activity, we lost movement, we lost a connection with our body, which at the end of the day is health and well-being. So we are helping people through sports program, physical activity, events to socialize, to develop skills through artificial intelligence and technology. So that is the connection with sports, soccer, because it's not only soccer, it's also sports, technology, and the international component, because it's very connected with being an artificial nomad.
It gives me vibes of scientists working at the University of Florida with the Florida Gators football team to keep them hydrated, and then they invent Gatorade, which then becomes a consumer product. And so is that kind of the angle you all are going for, is using your tech expertise, your AI to kind of come up with optimal training things for Cadiz FC, making sure that you know how the movement of their bodies work, and first and foremost, it's going to help out the football team. And second off, it might be a product that you can sell to consumers for general health? Or kind of how do these all tie in together?
Yes, in some way. It comes from the top to the bottom, meaning we apply the methodology which is used for the first team, for the professional academy, the data collection, the data processing, the algorithms to personalize the physical training programs, everything which is used by elite. Actually, our line is called HPT, High Performance Training. We are applying that to our international programs. We are receiving players from around the world between 12 and 18 years old that they are developing their skills. They are going to Cadiz to integrate into the academy, and there is an increase of performance. There are different motivations. Some of the players, they are pre-college, pre-university, and they want to get, improvement or to have in their curriculum, that they have been part of a high performance training program. Some of them, they have professional aspirations. So we're bringing the methodology from the top to the bottom. And also even in another level would be for people like me in my 40s, my 50s, to get the application, to get the benefit of that high performance training program customized to your characteristics. And we're working already on that. Actually, digitalization is one of the triggers. We started the year announcing a platform for India to work with Indian players. We launched a membership community called Hour 11 for education. For you want to work in a professional soccer team, okay? You have access from professionals, active professionals, to communications, AI, new business, marketing, what is in the back office of a professional soccer team. So there are different verticals, but the short answer to your question is yes. We are bringing down to the people a methodology and a knowledge which is being applied to the elite.
It kind of sounds, again, compared to a different company, similar to Amazon, where it had to have a bunch of warehouses to ship out their products to customers. But why not rent these warehouses out to average day people so they can use them too? Or their web services, where they have a bunch of servers already there. They solve their own problem first, and then they go out and solve others. So you all figure out, hey, there's a recruiting pipeline issue where we can't find enough good employees to apply for these different football clubs for the different positions within. Why don't we solve this problem by coming out with a product that helps people find professionals who can work within the marketing, accounting, all that of different football clubs? Am I reading that correctly?
It's a good analogy. It's a good analogy in different terms, both for our 11, which is the professional part, and for the training part, which is like to give access to. And we know very well the reality of the clubs. The reality of the clubs, obviously, they are focused on the first team and second team, third team. But as long as you open the scope, there's no access there. There's no focus there. So that's what we're doing. And it's been very successful, again, with a combination of the in-person experience and the digital experience. Because we have cases from players from US, for example, they go to Cadiz, they go there for 1 month, 3 months, the whole season. But when they go back they want to keep training. They want to keep the connection with the methodology. They want to keep evolving. So the digital area is there as well.
You talked about the digital and the tech side of things, and then the physical side of things. Let's get to the very large physical side of things. Tell me more about this stadium you all are working on.
Yeah, there is a whole area in Nomadar, which is a real estate project development of a multi-purpose event center. It is located in the south of Spain, the south of Europe, the south of Spain, in a very touristic region called Andalusia in the province of Cadiz. It's the very south. Fantastic weather, more than 300 sunny days per year, strategically located like 2 hours, 1 hour from Seville airport, 2 hours from Malaga, Marbella airport, 1 hour from Madrid. And it's a combination of an arena for musical events, sports events, cultural events. It's an event center focused on MySea tourism, congress and conferences. It's an integration of hotel, retail, clinic, etc. So again, 26, 2030 is the ramp up of the business. We have the HPT program. We have the concerts and events that we started last year, 2025, with Jennifer Lopez, Il Divo. We have already sold out some of the concerts for 2026. And that's the business. We have the Mágico González, which we haven't spoken, is an icon, is a player for the whole Latin community. And we have the real estate. And the real estate between 26 and 2030 is being developed. Operations are scheduled to start around 2031. And at the end of the ramp up of the period between 26 and 2030 for the business, then we have this push from the real estate project. It's application of technology. It's a hub for entertainment, and the figures for the sector of tourism, they're big. So there is a combination there of, that's why we call it multi-purpose event center, because at the end of the day, you have a structure where an event could be a match or a concert or a congress or whatever,
And when did that idea come about where you said, okay, the team needs a new stadium, and then someone in the medium states, we already have this parking lot, we already have this big building, why not make it a giant event center for, like you said, corporate events, for concerts? Who kind of had the idea, or is that kind of just where the industry is going, where I noticed that a lot in the US, is that the only reason a team is going to build a new NFL stadium is because they can build a whole city around it, and that's where the money is, more than just the stadium.
No, correct. I mean, a stadium or where a club plays, you use it 30 days per year. You have a big structure and you monetize just 30 days per year. So how do you optimize? How do you maximize that structure? It's a trend. It's a global trend. The difference here is that sometimes you don't have the best location. You don't have, you focus only in existing structures. So here, the competitive advantage is that we are designed from zero. That means that we can incorporate since the beginning the requirements from the top actors in the world for concerts, congress, conferences. So that's important. Number two, it's not the stadium which is already built and you add or you patch or you reform. It's a combination. Again, we are focused on tourism, sports tourism, and MyC tourism. So we integrate there, call it a convention center, but it's fully integrated in the whole entertainment area. So you have concentrated sports, music, congress, conferences, hotel. You feed them, you host them, and you have everything concentrated in an area, which at the end of the day, Andalusia receives 30 million visits per year. And Spain is hitting records for the last 4 years. In 2025, it hit another record with 93.5 international visitors. So you have there a natural land full of visitors and nomads going around, and you can create a center and a hub for entertainment and professional events.
No, I know a bunch of digital nomads who live not too far from there in Marbella. And so, yep, I spoke at a conference actually in the football soccer stadium of Hamburg. And it was a really cool kind of combo event between the two, and being able to have the corporate things and then also seeing the stadium. So, no, very cool idea. Okay, well, I'll kind of get to your last business model. You mentioned it. Magico Gonzalez. Basically, is that just you just own his name and likeness, or the football club does, and so sell as many jerseys and pictures with him on it as possible? Or is it something more where he's kind of a figurehead and a face of the whole organization?
Well, Magico Gonzalez, to make sure that everyone knows who he is from El Salvador. He's alive. He's a Latin player. He played at the same time than Maradona, the famous Argentinian player. Actually, Maradona said about him, there is only one player in the world that plays better than me. His name is Mágico, and he's in Cadiz. So he was big, and any soccer fan, you can watch videos and you will get amazed about the quality of how he played. And at the same time, he's very involved with youth, with young people, through sports, through soccer. He's still active. He's still involved in activity and helping young people and helping organizations. So the values around him, it's very positive. I mean, everybody loves him. I don't know anybody who speaks bad about him, precisely because of that, because his life is soccer and sports and helping young people. Very, very, very human. So it's both, it's a tribute, and at the same time, Nomadar has the worldwide rights for the brand, and it's to help to get his figure and his legend closer to the fans. I have been everywhere, and obviously parents and grandparents, they know him, but maybe younger generation, they only heard about Mexico through her parents. And it's a way also to get his figure closer and to tribute him. So we're launching e-commerce in this Q2 in US phase 1 and Latin America phase 2. And that is one of the different pipelines of different actions around him, such as clinics and physical stores, et cetera, et cetera.
Awesome. Well, with so much exciting stuff going on, how do you spend your day-to-day kind of focus, and how do you decide which thing to focus on? Do you have one day a week you work more on like the event center, another day a week you work more on the software, or how do you even separate your time and decide where to put your focus?
No, totally. Obviously, there is a team with different leaders in each area. And my responsibility is focused on the execution in US and the whole Americas, and at the same time, the global coordination, because something which is very important for us is the connectivity. Visually, we are building triangle bridges between North America, Latin America, and Europe, bidirectional, with people, with nomads, artificial nomads, with business, going back and forth, with young people going from US to Europe and vice versa because of the universities, with Mágico González going between Latin America and US. So that is the visual, a triangle. And now, since the beginning of the year, we are expanding to India through this digital platform called India Football Pathway, and getting the opportunity to teach and to have experiences there on site, and at the same time to bring Indian players to Europe, and of course, why not, to US.
Awesome. Well, a lot of exciting stuff going on there. Joaquin, if people want to learn more about Nomadar and where I should send them, where should I send my audience?
Yeah, you have all the information in our website, nomadar.com, www.nomadar.com, NOMADAR.com. And you have there all the information about the stock, the latest news, and all the relevant facts and everything. So you have everything there.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much. Super exciting stuff. And for those of you still listening, please remember to subscribe and review. Thanks.
Thank you.
This podcast is for informational purposes only and does not provide financial, legal, or any other advice. The information is not investment advice or any offer to buy or sell any securities or to make any investment. The views expressed by the guests are their own, and any reference to third-party products, services, or information does not constitute an endorsement, therefore, by NanoCap Podcast or its affiliates. The NanoCap Podcast Express disclaims all liability for any individual's use of the information presented in this